Okay. Wir sollten mal eben rausrennen und gucken, dass wir tatsächlich doch noch zum Krankenhaus fahren. Jetzt haben wir wenigstens auch nicht die Polizisten an der Backe. Also kriegen wir keinen Ärger fürs zu schnell fahren. Ich weiß auch nicht, ob wir es sonst bekommen hätten. Wo ist der Wagen? Wer hat den denn wieder eingeparkt? Eieiei. Okay. Wir müssen im Grunde genommen einfach nur dem roten Schildchen folgen. Da können wir nicht lang. Wir müssen auf der Seite vom Hof. Die Kurve schaffst du. Ist das ein Baum? So, hier dann rechts.
Speaking of 80s movies, one jewel in the rough springs to mind. Deadly Spawn. Do you remember that one, Zach?
Rutschig.
Back in '83, directed by Douglas
Können
McKenna.
wir nach links
Right.
fahren.
It was filmed pretty cheap, but still it was pretty good. The monster design with the mouth crammed full of teeth, I loved it.
Nein.
So many delicious B-movie cliches. Did you know that they made a sequel? But I never got to see the sequel. The rental store didn't have it for some reason. They said the staff for the sequel was totally different from the original. Wonder how the sequel turned out. You know, the monster in that one responded to sound.
Wait, Zach. Sounds a lot like the movie Tremors.
I think that one was back in '89, directed by Ron Underwood. Now that was a great role for Kevin Bacon. Masterpiece.
Zach, that one had sequels like crazy. I remember there was a fourth one. I've only seen the first one, though.
Wir haben schon 13 Uhr. Boah, wir haben ganz schön lange Mittag gegessen. Ich gehe mal davon aus, dass ich richtig fahre. Aber sicher bin ich mir nicht. Irgendwann müssen wir doch nach links kommen, oder? Ups. Okay, so kommt man aus dem Ort raus. Und da links ist eine Medaille. Ich hoffe, mein Wagen bleibt schön brav hier stehen.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check
Yeah.
out?
They told us to be there before 2100. But don't worry about that. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Wir machen das schon richtig. Keine Angst, York. Wir wollen nur mitnehmen, was wir so finden können. Oh. Okay, das lassen wir mal lieber. Wir müssen dann hier irgendwo nach rechts. Mal langsamer. Und hier lang. Ich würde sagen hier links.
Tremors. I think Fred Ward was in it.
Und dann hier
You
rechts.
say Fred Ward, and I say Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. That one was back in '85, I think. Directed by Guy Hamilton. Guess Hamilton was aiming to start a series like 007, but it had no sequels. A real shame. Do you remember the martial arts they used in that film? Called Senanju? The ultimate in martial arts, using no weapons at all. Remo's master Chun ran across water, remember? And he loved soap operas. Man, that was a good character. He was played by Joel Grey, the best supporting actor in Cabaret. Of course, in Remo, he had so much makeup on you couldn't tell.
Agent Morgan, Have you no respect for rules and protocol? We were waiting for you, and now you try to go in by yourself.
Oh, George. I didn't see you in the parking lot, so I thought I'd wait inside.
Just watch it from now on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like inconsiderate people who think that they're above the rules, and I'm sure I've made this point clear by now.
Calm down, George. He probably just got lost on his way here and rushed in. Right, Agent York? Let's go inside then. Hello, Sheriff.
Sommersprossige Fiona, Rezeptionistin des Krankenhauses.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
A computer room? In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. But how did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne. Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
Rumors get exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime. The murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Okay. Computerraum. Wo ist der bitte? Dr. Johnson müsste im Computerraum sein. Mhm. Faszinierend. Wieso? Was ist denn los? Hm? Was könnte nur sein? Wahrscheinlich... Ah, da ist eine Karte. Computerraum. Emergency. PP? Ich schätze mal, da sind wir. Also im Grunde genommen links, rechts, links. Da ist es schon. Was willst du? Also, was will ich von dir? Warum könnt ihr nicht vorgehen und ich gehe nach? Naja. Wir müssen nur hier lang. Dann hier den Gang runter. Ein Blick nach links, einfach nur der Neugier halber. Wir gehen mal einen Schritt nach links. Was ist denn hier? Ah, okay. Zack, zack. Und das hier ist der Computerraum. Hallo, Computerraum.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
König zieht am Turm vorbei zum Läufer. Springer bringt der Bauern, eine Dame. Ist das jetzt die Reihenfolge, wie die Dinger genannt werden? Oder wie sie sich bewegen? Denn wenn sie so genannt werden, wäre das... Ach nee, König zieht am Turm vorbei. König? Dame? Nein. König. Turm. Läufer. Springer, Bauer. Oh, stopp! Verstehe. König zieht am Turm vorbei zum Läufer. König vorbei zum Läufer. Springer bringt... Das ergibt keinen Sinn. Okay, nochmal ganz kurz. Wir fangen an mit dem König. Turm, Läufer. Springer, Bauer, Dame.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple. Simple. Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Na.
Okay. Das war ein bisschen lustig. Wieder mal. Mit euch möchte ich jetzt gar nicht reden, ihr seid nämlich Spielverderber. Gut, jetzt würde ich mir nur gerne wissen, wo ist denn ein Fahrstuhl oder sowas nach unten? Do not enter. Nein, ich habe nicht vor, das zu entern. Da hinten ist ein Fahrstuhl nach unten wahrscheinlich, aber wir laufen trotzdem mal ganz kurz hierher. Einfach nur um zu gucken, ob wir noch was sehen. Die Räume haben ein frisch geputztes Zeichen davor. Ich wette, das heißt, wir können nicht rein. Der Raum auch. Jetzt sind wir wieder hier vorne. So. Da sitzt eine Frau mit Kind. Da lehnt jemand locker lässig an der Wand. Ich gucke nur, ob ich noch irgendwas Interessantes finden kann. Kann ich hier durch? Okay. Warum verändert sich das Licht so gravierend? Ich kann hier schlafen? Da hätten wir dann sogar noch mal Klamotten zum Wechseln. Ist doch nett. Und unser Inventar. Naja. Latschen wir weiter. Bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass wir durch die Tür hier müssen. Könnte mich aber auch irren. Beschlossen? Eine Treppe! Genau das, was wir gesucht haben. Da können wir nicht lang. Da können wir lang. Können wir da rein? Hey, eine offene Männertoilette? Das ist was Neues. Wir können uns schon wieder rasieren. Peach. 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 Nein. Ich will nur wissen, ob hier vielleicht wieder irgendwo eine Karte oder sowas liegt. Ist halt die drängende Neugier. Wir stürmen auf die Türen. Nein. Hier ist nichts. Außer Mr. Peach. Peach. Okay, hier können wir überall nicht rein. Da auch nicht. Kann man hier etwa eine Karte benutzen? Ja. Okay. Ich habe schon mit einem Film oder sowas gerechnet, aber nein, wir gehen einfach nur durch und müssen wahrscheinlich da hinten rein. Aha, wir können noch mal speichern. Möchte ich auch. Da haben wir noch eine Medaille. Hier könnten wir uns auch ein paar Snacks holen, aber ich glaube nicht, dass wir die brauchen. Vor allem nicht hier unten in der Leichenkammer.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
Usha Johnson, Doktor.
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand. Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Which means?
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. Now, a case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
Hübsche falsche Fingernägel. Spuren von Tropfen an ihren Augen. Sie muss geweint haben, bevor sie ermordet wurde. Die Spur zufolge hielt sie etwas in der Hand. 6 Stunden nach dem Tod wurde es entfernt. Das Objekt war rund, mit einem Relief, wie ein Friedenssymbol. Anna liegt auf dem Tisch. Ehrlich? Die Zunge wurde entfernt. Sieh dir die Kante des Stumpfes an.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Asha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate, yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
Ah, the perpetrator. Bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something. There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.